Okay, welcome back to the next Gren Twigs video. Last time we wrote our first Gren program that targeted Node.js, but it doesn't actually do anything. So let's make it do something. Let's make it print to the screen. So Gren does not have a built-in print function. If you want to write to the screen, you're going to need to interact with some streams. The stream we want to interact with is stdout. We are going to write to the stdout stream, and we get that with this this node environment that we're currently not using, but it's being passed into our init function. So that environment has many things. One of those things is stdout. Stdout is a writable stream of bytes. So to interact with a stream, I'm going to go back to the package site to look at the docs for the core package, because that has a stream module in it with many functions. The function we're interested though in is writeLine as bytes. And if you can see, it takes the string we want to write, it takes the stream we want to write to. In this case, it wants a writable stream of bytes, which great, that matches our stdout stream, perfect. And we'll end up with a task. That task will have a possible error state that we'll have to handle. However, like most languages, you don't really care if you have a print function. In most cases, you don't actually need or want to handle that error. So let's make our own print function, since Gren doesn't have one built in that does this. It might in the future, but we're going to make our own print function that can take a string. It can take a writable stream of bytes and ignore the error. It can just result straight in a command that we can send to the runtime that says, hey, print this. I need to import that stream module before I forget. So I specified bytes, so I'm going to have to import that as well. It's in the bytes module, and within that bytes module is a bytes type that I'm referring to. There we go. I'm also going to need the task module, and I'll show you why soon. So our print function takes a string, it takes a stream, and we are going to call writeLine as bytes and pass it our string, pass it our stream. Now we're going to end up with this task, and I want to ignore the error. So Gren, the task module, which I just imported, has a function called onError. So you can give it a task, and we're going to pass that task in using our handy little arrow. And onError will take a function. That function expects an error, and it should return some new task. So when this task fails, here's the failure, do this instead. We are going to totally ignore that error. So when you're ignoring a value, you just give it the name of underscore. And we are going to create a new task that never fails. Task.succeed is another function built into the task module, and it will take whatever value and you give it and return a task that always results in that value. If you were to look at the error condition, it would be empty. It would either be never, or sometimes you'd see an X there. It's a little hard to explain the difference, but just trust me. Task.succeed, give it some value. In this case, we want it to match our typed signature for writeLine as bytes. So we're gonna just return that same stream. We know that's a writable stream of bytes. So now we have a task that can write to the stdout stream, or whatever stream you give this function. And in the case of an error, it will essentially just do nothing. But we don't want a task, we want a command. And luckily enough, if you happen to have a task that where the error condition is not possible, then you can call task.execute. That will turn it straight into a command. You don't have to give it a message. You don't have to go through your update function or anything like we did for when we were working with local storage. So print, let's use this now in our init. So our init is going to, when the program starts up, we want to send a print command to the runtime that says print hello from node, and it's going to print to the stdout. Oh, I can't spell stdout stream. Great. So let's hope that compiles. I do need to say make. I think I'm repeatedly not doing that. Steam is not what I was trying to do. So where am I saying Steam? There we go. Oh, for the people who saw that and it drove them crazy. I apologize. Make. Now we're compiling. Now we have our app that we can run through Node, and it says hello from Node. Amazing stuff. In the next video, we'll do something a little more exciting with Node. I promise I won't go on some 15 plus video series talking about Node apps. I want to show some cool stuff, but we'll get there.